Are you taking inspired action or are you just spinning your wheels? This is a question that I ask myself pretty often because it's really important that we align our what we're doing right now, our behavior now, with our what we want in the future, right? Because otherwise we won't get to where we want to be in the future. I call her next level Julie. And so when I'm thinking about that, when I'm asking myself that question, and the answer is no, I am not taking inspired action, then I have a couple of things that I do to help myself get back on track. One thing that I do is I just pause and get a little bit still with myself and check in and just, find out if there's any any kind of emotional block that's happening. So for me, a lot of times, that might be fear. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of disapproval. I'm afraid of failure. And so if I can just simply acknowledge that fear, a lot of times it will help me hone in on what I need to be doing, that I really desire to do, that will help me get me close, help get me closer to my goal. Another kind of easy thing that I do is I just take a look at my to-do list and I revise it. I cross things off. I reprioritize for sure, and realize that, I just look at my to-do list or my task list with a more critical eye. And I ask myself for each thing, does this really take me closer to where I want to be in a week or a month or a year or whatever it is, because a lot of what we do, honestly, it just doesn't have to be done, but we can often tell ourselves that it has to be done. Another thing that I do is if I find myself kind of spinning my wheels in one area, I'll switch. I'll switch my task, I'll switch my subject, I'll switch my goal or my project. That's a really easy way to kind of change up your energy. If you've gotten bogged down, maybe I've done a certain amount of work on one particular project, and I'm just feeling like either some decision fatigue or maybe my creative energy is lower than it needs to be. Then I'll just simply switch to another project, and I find that usually I get an infusion of more energy. Another thing that I do is I will look and see if maybe I'm trying to do maybe too much at once. Maybe I haven't taken my big goal and broken it down into smaller pieces enough. Then maybe those pieces I thought were small enough really need to be broken down to smaller. Because anytime you're doing any kind of a project or a goal, it's gonna be big, right? We're dreaming big, we're doing big things out there. And so when you think about that, when you think about, doing something big, the way to get there is really one step at a time. And so you have to be able to break down that project or that goal or that dream into actionable steps, into steps that you can actually take action on in the moment. And so sometimes I just find that I've cut it into too big of chunks and I need to make it into smaller bite-sized pieces so that I can get some work done on it.